The Young and the Restless spoilers Monday spoilers April 28, 2025. As the writers continue to shape the future of The Young and the Restless, it's become clear that Cole Howard's storyline is teetering on the edge of something significant. For months, Cole's presence in Genoa City has dwindled, his screen time reduced, his connections to the central drama fading into the background. But as viewers have noticed, every great character arc needs a spark, and Cole's potential as a figure with a complex past and an uncertain future has not gone unnoticed. The recent developments involving Cole, particularly his severe coughing fit in which he coughed up blood, could be just the twist the writers need to reignite his storyline and bring him back into the fold of Genoa City's most intriguing plotlines. This health crisis offers a perfect opportunity to give Cole the depth, intrigue, and vulnerability that fans have longed for, while also adding a darker, more dramatic edge to the show's pace. Cole's sudden and alarming health scare is the first thread in what could unravel into a highly charged, emotional journey. His dismissive explanation, that his coughing was merely a result of allergies or a lingering illness from his travels, does little to reassure the viewers, and it raises significant questions. Could Cole's sudden decline be the precursor to something more sinister? The fact that he coughed up blood is no small detail. In the world of soap operas, such a moment is often a harbinger of something more dangerous, a fatal illness, a hidden disease, or an unforeseen medical emergency that can rock both the character and the audience. For a character like Cole, whose history in Genoa City has largely been left unexplored, this could serve as a deep dive into his past, his health, and his relationships with the people closest to him. The decision to send Cole to the hospital with Victoria by his side further amplifies the stakes. Victoria, a figure of strength and complexity, has often been involved in critical moments in Genoa City's history, whether through her corporate endeavors or her family ties. By placing her in the narrative as a concerned figure, the writers not only expand Cole's storyline but also highlight the emotional dynamics between the two characters. Victoria's involvement adds a layer of emotional weight, especially considering the history they share. She's a protective figure for Cole, yet their relationship has often been fraught with unspoken tension and complex emotions. Could this health scare between them serve as a turning point, bringing unresolved feelings to the surface? It's entirely possible that this crisis will help develop their bond or perhaps lead to more friction between them, emotions that could clash as they face the uncertainty of Cole's diagnosis. But the mystery surrounding Cole's illness needs to be more than a mere plot device. The true drama lies in the slow unraveling of his condition. What could be the real cause behind his coughing fits? The timing of such a plot point couldn't be more critical. Soap operas often thrive on medical suspense and the gradual revelation of hidden secrets. This illness could be a trigger for something far more dangerous than anyone suspects. Perhaps Cole is dealing with a rare, undiagnosed illness that has been growing in the background of his life, something linked to his past travels or family history. What if this was a condition that had been silently progressing for months or even years, a medical issue that had gone unnoticed by those around him? The story could weave in the tragic possibility of Cole battling an incurable disease, one that requires immediate intervention, forcing him to confront his mortality and redefine his relationships with those closest to him. For the writers, this medical drama can serve as the emotional anchor needed to bring Cole back into the fold of Genoa City's most significant plotlines. His potential diagnosis would not only create tension and suspense but could also open up a new avenue of emotional conflict with the central characters. The question of whether Cole is dealing with a life-threatening illness could prompt a series of difficult decisions, both for him and for those around him. If it turns out that Cole has been diagnosed with a terminal illness, the ramifications for his family and friends would be devastating. Victoria, for instance, would have to face the reality of losing a loved one while struggling with her own conflicted emotions toward him. This diagnosis could serve as a catalyst for exploring the themes of love, loss, and the fragility of life, offering fans an emotionally rich storyline that also honors Cole's history on the show. The twist here is that viewers are left wondering: will Cole survive this crisis, or is this the beginning of his ultimate exit from Genoa City? Is he being written off because his storyline has reached a natural end, or is there a larger narrative arc being built around his health? The stakes for Cole have never been higher, and the audience's emotional investment in his journey will undoubtedly reach a fever pitch as more information unfolds. Moreover, Cole's fate could have repercussions for the rest of Genoa City. If his health deteriorates, what effect will it have on the Newman family and their ongoing power struggles? Could this illness be a way for the writers to explore the more personal, human side of the characters, who often spend their time in high-stakes business rivalries and corporate dramas? The intrusion of such a visceral, personal crisis into the lives of the powerful Newman family members could humanize them in ways that are rarely seen. It could also pave the way for a deeper exploration of their motivations and vulnerabilities. In summary, the mysterious illness facing Cole Howard could be the turning point needed to bring this character back into the fold of Genoa City's dramatic landscape. It's a health scare that could transform into something much more serious and long-lasting, one that forces Cole to face his own mortality while navigating the delicate web of relationships around him. This storyline has the potential to not only add new layers to Cole's character but to shift the dynamics between him and key figures like Victoria. By delving into the complexities of illness, family, and personal legacy, the writers could reinvigorate Cole's character and spark a renewed interest in his place within the larger narrative of the young and the restless. As the mystery unfolds, fans will be left wondering if Cole can overcome this health crisis or if this is the beginning of the end for a character whose story is far from finished. The looming possibility of Cole Howard's departure from the young and the restless has the potential to leave a lasting impact on the show, even if his presence has been less prominent in recent months. For longtime fans of the series, Cole may not have always been front and center, but his connection with key characters, especially Claire and Victoria Newman, ensures that his exit would still stir up significant emotional and narrative shifts. The delicate relationships Cole has developed with both Claire and Victoria suggest that his fate will be far from inconsequential, even if he isn't a central player in the show's day-to-day dramas. The fans who have followed Cole's journey will be left with a bittersweet sense of what could have been, while those who have yet to connect with his character will be drawn into the heartbreak and ripple effects of his potential loss. When it comes to Claire, her relationship with Cole has blossomed quickly, with their shared history of missed opportunities and emotional turmoil giving them a unique connection. Despite the fact that they haven't had long to truly build their life together, their chemistry is undeniable. Cole and Claire's relationship felt like a fresh start for both of them, offering a glimpse of what could have been a beautiful future. For Claire, especially, this budding romance was a chance to finally feel secure in someone's arms after a lifetime of uncertainty. To have that ripped away so suddenly would be heartbreaking, not only for Claire but for the audience who have grown to root for this unlikely pairing. The thought of Cole's sudden illness cutting short their reunion, before they could even begin to make up for lost time, would undoubtedly pull at the heartstrings of viewers who hoped to see these two characters build a future together. As for Victoria Newman, her relationship with Cole is marked by complexity and an emotional depth that has been slowly unfurling over time. For someone who has experienced so many failed relationships, from her tumultuous marriage with Billy to her deep-set disappointments with other partners, Victoria's growing attachment to Cole signals a more hopeful chapter in her life. She has weathered so many storms, betrayals, broken promises, and emotional wounds, but with Cole, there's a rare sense of stability and trust that she has not had with many others. If Cole is forced to leave the show due to his health, it would represent a devastating blow not just to him but to Victoria's hopes of building a lasting future with someone who understands her complexities and her vulnerabilities. Her journey toward happiness has been fraught with setbacks, and Cole represented a flicker of light at the end of a long, dark tunnel. However, just as Cole and Victoria were beginning to entertain the possibility of a more serious future together, fate seems to be intervening. The looming threat of Cole's deteriorating health casts a shadow over any potential happiness they could find. If the show follows through with the plotline of Cole being diagnosed with a terminal illness, it would tragically dash their dreams of a shared future. The impending loss would leave Victoria shattered, and the emotional fallout would likely be felt throughout the Newman family. For Victoria, whose personal life has often been defined by heartache, the loss of Cole would mark yet another painful chapter in her life, one that she may struggle to recover from. Fans of Victoria, who have watched her grow and evolve into the powerhouse character she is today, would feel the sting of this loss right alongside her. The idea of a new beginning between them is tragically cut short, and viewers would be left grappling with the consequences of fate's cruel hand. The medical predictions surrounding Cole's condition will be the heart of the drama in the coming episodes. If the doctors reveal the full extent of Cole's illness, it could be a turning point for the entire show, shifting the tone from suspense to emotional devastation. The build-up to his diagnosis will likely come with moments of intense uncertainty, as Cole's attempts to downplay his symptoms become harder to ignore. The writers have set up a storyline where his illness could be a ticking time bomb, one that will not only affect Cole but also disrupt the lives of those around him. As Victoria tries to maintain her composure, and as Claire struggles with the looming reality of losing someone she's just begun to open up to, the stakes are incredibly high. The medical drama surrounding Cole will force all the characters to confront their deepest fears about mortality, love, and loss. One of the most intriguing aspects of this plot is the potential for Cole's illness to affect the entire Newman family dynamic. Victoria's emotional state and her role within the family will be put to the test, especially if Cole's diagnosis causes her to reevaluate her priorities. Does she continue her work at Newman Enterprises with the same intensity, or will she put family first and stay by Cole's side in his time of need? Similarly, Claire will likely be thrust into the middle of the emotional turmoil, caught between her budding love for Cole and her desire to support him through the most difficult chapter of his life. In both cases, their personal journeys will become intertwined with the fate of one of Genoa City's once beloved characters, forcing them to reckon with their own emotions and decisions. The emotional weight of this plotline is undeniable. As the fanbase watches Cole potentially face a terminal illness, it will spark intense reactions from viewers who have invested in his relationships with Claire and Victoria. His illness is not just a personal struggle but one that ripples outward, affecting everyone who knows him. It will force characters to reckon with their own vulnerabilities and question how much time they have left to make amends or build the futures they desire. The slow burn of Cole's condition will allow for poignant moments between him and Victoria, Claire, and even other characters who might feel the impact of his decline. His potential death would certainly create a seismic shift in the dynamics of Genoa City, leaving long-lasting scars on all who were close to him. The Young and the Restless has always thrived on dramatic twists that change the course of characters' lives, and Cole's potential exit would be a masterstroke of emotional storytelling. Whether or not Cole succumbs to his illness, the journey ahead promises to be one filled with grief, love, and the heavy cost of time. His final moments, if that is indeed where this arc is headed, will likely be some of the most heart-wrenching scenes in recent memory. The loss of Cole would not only be a blow to Claire and Victoria but to the viewers who have invested in his character's growth, making his departure one of the most bittersweet and memorable events in the show's history.